Hi everyone, today we'll do risotto. This is a rice dish from northern Italy, as you might well know, and it's usually cooked with the help of a broth. Today we'll use chicken broth that is added gradually to the rice till it gets a creamy consistency. It's usually made over a sofrito, which means fried veggies, and enriched with other multiple ingredients. In the case of today, as it's spring, I'm gonna use some asparagus, some peas, some mint, and we're gonna start by doing our broth. As I told you, we'll do chicken, but you can do, for example, a veggie one. In my case, I have here the remains of the chicken from the other day. You can use a whole one or just half as you feel, whatever you have eaten before. You'll need also 2 onions, 1 garlic head whole, some salt, 2 carrots, 1 teaspoon of pepper grains whole black, 2 leaves bay leaf, a bunch of thyme, a bunch of flat leaf parsley, and 1 leek. So we'll start by doing a bouquet with the thyme and the parsley. You can add other herbs if you have, like rosemary or tarragon, anything you think you will find or gets a nice taste to the broth. You'll need some kitchen twine to do the bouquet, so cut some of it and arrange it in a nice bouquet. And then add it to the pot. Can then start chopping the leek roughly. You might have to clean the heads, as you know that leeks can be very dirty, so clean it before adding to the pot. Chop it roughly. And add to the pot, same with the white parts. Tuck. We'll then add the carrots, no need to peel them, just clean them before as you did with the leek. The bay leaves, the pepper. For the garlic, you're gonna chop the whole head in half, like this. Like that, will give nice flavor, as well as with the skin on. Same with the onions, check if they're too dirty, and if not, just put them with the skin on, cut in half and in quarters. Put some salt. You check how much according to how you season the chicken. It might be salty already. And add the chicken. And cover with water substantially, because it will reduce a lot as we'll cook for long. And bring it to a boil. and simmer it for 3 to 4 hours. The longer it goes, the more depth it will have the flavor. We pass now to the making of the risotto. So you're gonna need a bunch of green asparagus, between 8 and 10, according to the thickness you have. 1 stalk of celery, a quarter of a red onion, 1 lemon, 2 peeled cloves of garlic, a knob of butter, olive oil, half a glass of white dry wine, 2 courgettes, and the stock we just made. I would say around 1 liter, if not more. You can add after. And of course, 200 grams of riso carnaroli. I got some with saffron, but you can have simple one if it's what you can find. So we will start by doing our sofrito. We peel the onion and dice it. And then remove the leaves from the celery. Can save for other stalks if you have some to make in mind. Take the stalky part out of the celery, like that. Remove the extremity and cut like the onion, very thinly. Do the same with the garlic. You will now put some of the olive oil into the pot or the pan you have. I advise a pot that equally distributes the heat through the whole pot in metal or iron. The knob of butter, and you will start melting in very low heat. You can add the components of your sofrito. Be sure that the heat is low so you don't burn them. The point is to fry them gently while you prepare the rest of the vegetables. Always use a wooden spoon to not scratch the metal. So you take now your asparagus. As you see, there's this white fibrous parts that you will not need it. So you take it off. Do the whole bunch. And you start to mince them in small discs, like that. Leaving the heads in a bowl aside. You will now open your peas. Look lovely there. Take them out of the pots. Also set some on the side next to the asparagus. And set aside till the end of the recipe. Start doing the courgette. So we're gonna take the ends off. Split in half and again in half. So you get little quarters like that. And chop them lengthwise. And again thinly. And now you can put your rice in the pan and you mix it with a wooden spoon. You start now hearing the rice crackling. So this is the moment you will pour your wine on it. And let the alcohol evaporate. Mix it. Keep the fire gentle so that the rice absorbs all the flavor slowly. And you can start the process of adding the stock to the pan, ladle by ladle. So you can put 1 to 2 each time. You start with 1. And you have to mix continuously. So don't throw the stock and leave it there. You have to make sure it's accessible to all the rice. You can add your vegetables after the first ladle. And mix it. Add a level of warm broth. Attention that it has to be warm. So right after you've done it. And mix it. And you'll keep doing this process of adding one ladle by one, letting the rice absorb it and adding more, mixing all the time for around 20 minutes. You cannot stop stirring it. This is the trick of risotto. So be patient. For around 20 minutes for sure you'll have to be on the pan, and according to your rice it might even be more. After 18 minutes you should start tasting it and checking if it's tough enough or if it's too hard. So our rice is now ready. It's perfect creamy consistency. You can switch off the stove. Can start boiling some water with which you will blanch the tops that you had before. In the meantime, you can throw already the knob of butter to the pan. And you can start taking some mint leaves that you will chop finely. A handful, it's enough. You're gonna then do it very thinly. So like that. You'll then grate Parmesan. I would say an handful too. Some of the lemon zest from before, not too much, just a hint. Leave some Parmesan for after. You can then mix it. And you cover it for 3 minutes. And now blanch the greens. Very quickly, in and out, and put in cold water. You will then take some Parmesan with a peeler for the last plating. Then we are now ready to plate. Look how creamy it's our risotto. This is what you should have as final result. So you can then put your tops. The peas. Some of the olive oil. And some of the parmesan. And here we have our asparagus and springtime vegetables risotto. If you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, you can still do it. If you have also any doubts, I'm here to answer them. And stay tuned because I'm gonna come back with more spring and summer recipes soon. Bye!